welcome to this week's episode of UC Weekly News. It's part 2 here from the Fira behind us in Barcelona, where we're going to be talking about lots of new technology that we saw here.
So we're at Integrated Systems Europe, a fairly large conference in Barcelona, and we're going to be specifically looking at hybrid work.
Now, there's been a lot of debate about working from home, returning to the office, where people work, but we haven't really spent as much time as we should in an industry talking about how to facilitate getting people to be functional wherever they are. And that's the kind of technologies that we're going to be focusing on in this show.
This year, TalkingPointz is doing Pick Hitz, where we're identifying various solutions for hybrid work that we think deserve a little more attention.
Of course, there were a lot of other announcements here at ISE2025 in the UC space. We've put all of them inside the TalkingPointz Insider Reports. You can subscribe to that at TalkingPointzwithaz.com. So definitely stay with us as we walk around the halls, do some interviews, give you a sense of what we saw here, and give you our idea of things that you should definitely take a second look at around hybrid working. This pick hit from ISE2025 here in Barcelona is Cisco. We took a very specific look at how they've changed the desk for hybrid working.
Cisco's optimized devices are ideal for hybrid work, both for people who are working at the office and for people working at home. We're at the Cisco booth. I'm with Martha Holt. Hello, Martha.
Hello, Dave. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. You got a huge display here.
I know.
Or I should say stand. We're in here, a huge stand. I want to talk to you about hybrid work.
Yes, of course.
It's been a big challenge for a lot of organizations. In fact, I know it was a big challenge for Cisco a couple of years ago when you first started building this stuff out. And that's what I want to get to. Some of the lessons that you've learned and what you've got. Sending everybody to work made sense. Everybody at home was a challenge, but made sense. Bringing everybody back was a little tricky.
Yes.
One of the issues was, what do we put on the desk?
What do you put on the desk exactly? But we have solutions for any worker type and any needs. With Phone OS and Room OS, we ensure that the experience is seamless across the desk and also the office. So for the executive person, the hybrid worker, the 9 to 5, they care about video quality, care about audio quality, they care about showing up professional. So for that, we would put a desk device into their executive office. With hot desking, when employees are coming in maybe a few times a week, maybe for a couple of hours, what do we need to do that? Well, we have hot desking capabilities, so the employee can go in and book a desk device for a set amount of hours, for the full day or only for a couple of hours. And you will get all your calls, all your meetings, all your history and everything. Essentially, the desk becomes your personal workstation for the day.
Okay, so we got to dissect what you said there because you keep on saying the word desk here. So we got the desk that you sit at.
The desk that you sit at.
And it's normally not equipped, it's just empty.
Yeah.
And then you got to put something on it and you're calling that a desk device.
Desk device,
okay.
Exactly.
And then we got hot desking. We'll get to hot desking in a minute. So the desk device, that's a family.
That's a family of devices, yes. So we have the Desk Mini, the Desk, and the Desk Pro.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have such a wide range because desks come in different sizes, different locations. What is this about?
Yes, we also have solutions for our service workers who tend to be more mobile, on the go. They care more about scanning, security, and they often share tech. There we have the Desk Phone that we give to the desk workers, but for the hybrid workers, we would recommend a Desk Pro or a Desk Mini or a Desk.
Okay.
Or integrated system.
What about a home worker?
The home worker, we would do the Desk Pro, the Desk, and the Desk Mini again.
Okay, all right.
So they're great both for at home or in the office.
So this is small, medium, and large.
Yes, the smallest one is the Desk Mini. It's very cute. You can use it as a speaker as well. I have it in my home office. I love it. But we would recommend the Desk Pro for the executive office because you can use it as a secondary monitor. You can use it as your docking station. You can charge your laptop. We basically clear the clutter.
So when I've talked to people about the desk series before, there's a lot of confusion in what this thing is. Is it an appliance? Is it a phone? Is it a video device? Is it an accessory? Can you explain what it is?
Well, essentially it is all of the above and more, to put it that way. So we have the desk devices, the desk series, They are video conferencing systems for one person. So it's a person video conferencing system. But
it's an appliance.
So it's an appliance.
And it works with WebEx and it works with other systems as well?
Zoom, Microsoft. And you can also host any meeting using USB-C.
Okay.
So it's super flexible. You can use the camera there and just...
So it's an appliance. It's in the story. It's all it is, right?
Yeah. Well, it's more...
Okay, all right.
It's also a digital whiteboard. And also we have... Everything is controlled, managed in Control Hub. So when you equip your workspaces with a desk device, you see all of that in Control Hub. You can see your device deployment. You can also figure out how they're being utilized. So as an admin, you can decide whether you need to equip more spaces with desks. Maybe you need to have less. Maybe they're not being used as much. So we give that full end-to-end visibility.
Okay, all right. So we got the Control Hub management capability. I think you've actually got some green reporting in there, which is really nice.
Yes, sustainability reporting. Yes.
But I want to get to. I want to still figure out what this thing is here. So you just said a board. So I think a board is a big 65-inch thing.
So it's touch enabled, and we have a whiteboard integrated into the into the.
Does it have a stylus?
It has the desktop has the stylus and the desk.
Okay.
Yes, so you can use the stylus there. Yeah.
So appliance is a video device, a phone, and a board.
It's an all-in-one.
Okay, Ryan Kaplan. Ryan, what do you do with Cisco?
I am part of the Global Customer Experience Center team at Cisco. So live demos, presentations, but many customer and partner facing.
And it's great that we're having a conversation here at ISE because there are a few things here that we've known about before and one really big announcement that we want to talk about. Let's talk about the IP phones first.
Sure.
Now, we used to talk about these are not your grandpa's phones. These are new things. They do a lot more than just audio calls, right?
Absolutely they do, yeah. They, right, everything from, the registration aspect, right, cloud, on-prem, but from there, they're not just a typical IP phone as you would imagine, right? Everything from hot desking, there's an action button that's configurable, and noise removal, and even more than what we know our video devices. We can now take control of our and audio and clean that up for you as well.
And specifically around hot desking and hybrid working, you can have these phones on multiple desks. And when somebody walks in, they can personalize it and make it theirs. Their extension, their calling numbers, everything that would be there. It's actually an appliance to assign the desk to you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really simple, right? Especially in 2025, it's a QR code. You go in, you scan, scrape your profile, and your calendaring, your profile, scheduling, everything comes along with it.
So the other big announcement that came at the show is what you're doing around BYOD devices, and you're being a little bit more elegant about it. It's kind of harking back to the Tandberg days and some of the things that you guys brought in. Tell us about what the new product is, and I know it's just being previewed at the show.
Yeah.
You announced it in about a week.
Yes, announcing coming soon, orderability coming soon after, right? But just kind of simplifying these rooms from the end user perspective, right? Being able to walk in, plug a USB-C cable into your laptop, generate your meeting from your laptop, and get all the intelligence and all the kind of everything you would come to expect from quality from the Cisco perspective.
So you're going to get all the management you would get as if it was an actual room bar, but what you're doing is you're taking the room bar and turning it into a BYOD device.
Exactly that. And it's not something that, or it's something that the rest of our portfolio can do, but again, stripping it down and simplifying and making it entry-level accessible as well for customers and partners alike.
You're showing it here, aren't you?
We are absolutely showing it here.
So let's go take a look at it.
So this is our bring your own device room bar. So, right, so offered in carbon black as you see here. 120-degree field of view camera. Again, it's everything that the core technology of our devices portfolio, but in BYOD form.
And the unique part about that is it's not just a BYOD device, but it's a full Cisco manageable, capable device that you can read as an enterprise manager, look at what's on your network, get all the data from it, and it's still acting as a BYOD device.
It can be all the above, or it can be stripped down just as a simple USB cam and everything in between, if you will, right? So at its core, like I said, for that entry level, it can be quite literally a USB cam where you plug in, you have the camera feed, of course the microphones, but then you have the registration and the upgrade capabilities that we've really simplified. Like I said, if you just order it as strictly USB, it is just that USB cam. But as soon as you plug into network with Ethernet, that opens up the door for us to give the device an IP address, then you start getting some of the manageability aspects. From there, right, if you want to continue upgrading, then you have the device registration into Control Hub, and that unlocks, again, everything that you would come to expect from a standard standard Cisco device. But yes, even in the in-between, you do still get admin access, UI access to the backend, Miracast capabilities and sharing, just in the USB form as well.
And that's also at the same cost. You don't pay any additional for that, right?
Correct.
Okay. When you plug the controller in and use the built-in codec, that's when there's a cost to do that for additional.
That's correct, and simplified as well. So as soon as we have that navigator and plug it in, the device will actually start upgrading itself automatically. So no additional software or product key that you need. Coming back to making this easier for you to deploy.
Well, you can see why we picked these Cisco desktop devices for our pick hits for hybrid work. It's not intuitive, but these hardware devices provide maximum flexibility, more so than software could. The Desk series, there's 3 of them, the Mini, the Desk, and the Desk Pro, they function as an appliance. They function as a desktop peripheral. You can one cable for camera, speakers, and microphone. They can function as a kiosk. They work as a board, an e-board. They support hot desking, and they work with both Microsoft Teams and WebEx. The 9800 series phones are also designed for hybrid work, and they also have a strong sustainable theme in their design. They use less materials, they use less power, and they're meant to last. All of these devices are centrally managed and a great story for hybrid work. So what's next, Dave?
We're walking over to the QSC booth right now, for the Q-SYS products that they're doing.
That booth is huge. It is the size of a theme park.
Yeah, well, it is kind of a theme park. There's a ride in there that you go through to demonstrate the various things that they can do. And it's interesting. We're going to have to take a look at how they do it. But they've got this ability to understand not just what's going on in rooms, like traditional AV, but what's going on between the rooms. So, a lot of things that can be programmed, and I'm really excited about what I think they can do.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, my name is Patrick Hine, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing for Q-SYS and Q-SYS products.
Terrific. And how long has Q-SYS been around? Where would I know Q-SYS from?
Well, Q-SYS has been around for almost 16 years. It started as part of QSC. So generally speaking, the way that AV has evolved is that individual manufacturers have created individual components to solve parts of problems. What we've done is take a very holistic approach to experience, and we said, well, what if you had an integrated audio-video control processor? So you start off by saying you don't have to integrate those pieces together, so immediately you're off to the races. And a singular platform is better suited to deliver a holistic experience because you're removing possible points of failure, you're removing pieces that weren't designed to work together, and instead you're replacing it with a collection of native products paired with industry-vetted partners that work together with Q-SYS to create that experience for the end.
So if I walk into a building and I'm in the building lobby and the light should come up because there wasn't anybody else in the lobby, that can be part of Q-SYS.
Yeah.
I walk into the meeting room to chat with the people that I'm visiting with, the lights, the adjustments, the shades, the screens, the things, that's all part of the same programming. And then as I walk between the sites, again, it's all part of that same stack.
That's exactly right. The benefit is you can take that experience from point A to point B all the way through their experience and own that in a way that disparate components could never do.
In the world. Conference cameras, amplifiers and loudspeakers, touch panels, software expansion licenses, I/O devices, you name it. And an entire portfolio of core processors that are based on Intel and running on the same operating system, which means that your programmers and designers only have one software suite to learn, to scale from the smallest conference rooms to the largest theme parks, stadiums, and airports.
So as I said, when you own the whole experience in a corporation, you're going to start at the lobby. And so you're going to experience background music, you're going to experience paging, you're going to experience video distribution. And then we're going to progress into our all-hands space, where you're going to experience Vision Suite and room-based control. Then you're going to see, we're going to take the curtain and we're going to pull that curtain back, and you're going to see a network operations center and how somebody might service a room or anticipate a desire or a need in the rest of the spaces. And when things go wrong, give them a vehicle to fix that thing. And then we're going to end in what we're calling the spaces in between. And so in between those high impact spaces, we have background music, we have video signage, we have broadcast areas, we have little touchdown spaces. These are all spaces that you might not consider putting a well-equipped system into, but since you're already using Q-SYS to drive those high impact spaces, why not use it for the entire building? When you're walking from a high impact space to the cafeteria or to the indoor coffee place, you're experiencing background music that's from Q-SYS. You're experiencing signage that's been controlled by Q-SYS. And then you're walking into an all-hands space that, of course, is being handled by Q-SYS cameras and Q-SYS partner microphones. We're driving the displays. I'm hoping that you're getting the impression that when you own most or all of that signal path via a native product or a vetted partner, you're going to get a better product in general. Vision Suite is a vision-driven room automation system that drives not only the cameras, but all of the environmental controls in the room, and then it pairs with the UC platform of your choice.
If you can dream it, Q-SYS can control it. Lights, audio, environmental, whatever it is that makes your experiences matter. Thanks for coming to the booth. We'll see you next time. Thanks everyone for joining.
So assuming someone didn't get a chance to see this at the local trade show, whether it was Infocom or ISE or something like that, where do you suggest they go to get a sense of what this was like?
If you weren't fortunate enough to grab a ticket to Spain to join us here, I would highly recommend going to Q-SYS.com/ISE. We have an incredible virtual tour that you can go through, experience all the things, and then hopefully we can continue the conversation later.
You'll have to give me a minute. I'm a little bit disoriented for being on that theme park ride. You know, I just get a little bit of that dizziness.
I really think that this display or this tour could have been improved with a boat ride. I think it should have been
water and the boat, and it's a small world playing. And all that would have been, it certainly would have been nice.
That was what we're talking about is they had a tour. They actually have a tour. It was 4 rooms. Amazing. I can't believe this is a trade show.
Yeah, well, the key here, and their big message in all of those rooms, is it's not just about the AV installation, it's not just about the conference room or the meeting room, it's about the stuff that happens between those rooms and the automation that they're able to do. You know, if you pick something out of a basket, it knows you did, and a certain set of lights go on, and how you're handling temperature and how you're putting in trouble tickets. They've really got all that into a single stack, and that's very powerful.
For me, it was really eye-opening because I've always looked at the meeting room through the point of view of the webcam. You know, I didn't think about all these other rooms and all these other opportunities, and this is really coming up the other way to the meeting room. I mean, that's all the other rooms too.
And the other thing that we should point out, if you can turn the camera just around for a second, this place is always packed. It's incredible how many people are here, how many people are waiting online to take the tour. There's a lot of interest around this company. So our next stop at ISE 2025 is going to be, we're going to take a look at Zoom, because Zoom's done some interesting things around workspace reservations.
You know, hybrid work has a lot of unique problems that weren't obvious. Nobody really thought about it because we've been working in the office before But working in the office part-time creates some challenges that I think Zoom's done a nice job of addressing.
Yeah, let's go take a look and see how they show it to us. So I am now recording. It's also a lot quieter up here. We've now moved from the Zoom booth into
our Zoom meeting room.
Zoom meeting room.
Yeah, hello. I'm Angela Donahue. I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager at Zoom Workplace.
And Angela, you and I have talked many times about the Zoom Workplace Reservation product, which is kind of what we're going to talk about here.
Absolutely.
In terms of supporting hybrid work. So, we at TalkingPointz, Dave Michels and I have been looking into how to support hybrid working, and there's been a lot of noise in the industry about return to office and not return and work from home and remote, and ignoring all of that, we wanted to find the tools that would actually make it work, and surprisingly, Zooms is one of the few that actually makes it work.
Yeah.
How did you guys stumble onto that?
We have been told that it really just works, and so just like our platform, the workspace reservation, as you're able to do that, it really just works and you're able to get in there. I actually just recently started using it myself. Zoom created an office in my area just very recently, and so I've been able to use it. It's been so great, easy to use, intuitive, able to go in and reserve my desks on the days that I'm going in, and then reserve the Zoom rooms. Being able to use that workspace reservation in my mobile client and in my PC, it makes it really just a hassle-free, easy to use, and I love being able to actually see my colleagues who are in the office and being able to sit near my manager, and so all those things are really great benefits.
Let me ask you, did you just open a new office? Is that what you said?
Correct, a new office just opened.
And so how would that office be different with Zoom reservation than it would have been if you didn't have Zoom reservation?
I actually don't know how it would work in other places without a system that is built to support hybrid and flexible work, because you would go in, and most offices now, you are building desks that have hoteling or hot desking, however you want to call it, and I think without a reservation system it'd be really difficult. I'm sure some anxiety about am I going to have a space today? Where am I going to be sitting? And so I'm actually not sure how everyone is, kind of dealing with that without some type of solution like this. But this makes it really easy because you can plan ahead, have everything ready for you. You can even set up recurring desks.
I'm not very good at planning ahead, so I'm gonna it's gonna be like 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna say, I should go in at 10:30. Is it gonna be like, oh, you should have booked like good restaurants, you should have booked weeks in advance, or how does this work?
A great thing is actually in our lobby we have workspace reservations set up right there. You can actually go and click right when you get into the office and you didn't have a desk. It'll show you all the available desks ready for that day. You can do it reserved by time if you only need it for several hours or so, but it will show you right there, and you can look on the map and figure out where you want to sit for that day.
Are you tied to that office? I mean, when you travel for Zoom and you go to a different city, are you able to just reserve space there too?
Yes, anywhere Zoom is connected, I can go and check out the offices in China and go and see which floors are available if I know I'm going to visit. So yeah, it's all connected.
There are dozens of reservation systems that you can use to book, and they've been around for years. And the difference between most of them and yours is I can ask it with the features that you have coming out almost immediately.
Right.
What day should I go in?
Yes.
When will most of my colleagues be? And you're able to invoke Zoom's AI companion to really figure out what's the best day for you to be at various locations. That puts you far ahead of what's going on. How does that tool actually work? What data does it pull from?
Yeah, the Zoom AI companion that you just mentioned already is incorporated today with workspace reservation, and I'm able to see what days are best for me to go into the office. If you're not already designated to certain days, you can ask, and based on your reservations and your colleagues and who else is in the office, it'll actually say Wednesday is a great day that you should go in. It'll also give you recommended desks to sit at based on where your colleagues are sitting, and then even recommended rooms for, hey, it looks like you have some meetings here. Here's even distance from your desk, based on room capacity as well, and so you kind of get all of that intelligence with AI Companion already built in. Now, coming soon, as you mentioned, we will be able to integrate that even further and be able to ask AI Companion, hey, actually, is Dave going to be in the office tomorrow? Is he going to be in the office next week? And then, hey, it looks like you have a meeting with Dave. Why don't you go ahead and book that room for me? So it's not even giving you the recommendations, but proactively then booking that room for you. And so I'm really looking forward to some of that to kind of take that extra work out of the day and just have it book it straight for you proactively.
So we brought this to market, 2.5 years ago, mostly around reserving rooms and desks. That was the primary use case that we were building, only to have customers come to us and say, hey, can we use this for lockers or all types of office amenities? So a space that is reservable to us is really, whatever the customer thinks, whatever they want to be reservable. So it could be a physical space here, it could be renting out. I think one of my favorite use cases in our Amsterdam office, the employees can go ahead and reserve the ability to bring their dog in for the day. And so we allow 1 dog per floor. So it's been really interesting to see the creative use cases of how our customers are leveraging this, even outside of what we initially intended to do with the product.
You shared a lot about how easy it is for the employees. Does your analytics or reporting help their facilities managers manage the space any better?
Absolutely, and so that is also coming soon with AI Companion as well, getting more of those analytics, more of those insights, so that you can also, the admins can tell, hey, looks like these desks are most utilized on this day of the week. It does that for Zoom rooms as well. It looks like the capacity or the utilization is high or low on certain days, and so you'll be able to ask and generate those reports as well so that you can get those insights and then make those changes accordingly.
How do most employees reserve? Are they using do you know how are they doing their mobile app, or are they doing
yeah, it's available mobile and PC, but I believe most people are just using it mobile, because you're kind of coming into the office, like you said, some people have reservations, some do not, and so impromptu they're kind of checking where should I sit.
I click simply reserve. I decide what time I would like to reserve that. By scanning the QR code, I open up my Zoom app where I have signed in through single sign-on. Scan the QR code. I'll say yes, I would love to reserve that space, and you see now it's now reserved for me the time I have chosen, and I can now pick up the desk.
So your phone number is now automatically being routed here?
Not now, because I still have not checked in. I reserved that phone for me. By now checking in.
So you do this at home maybe?
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe. Okay. I can now check in simply. I'll scan the QR code. It says checking in, and now we see that the phone is reaching Zoom in the back to get every my phone number and my contact details and all that stuff, and it will reboot in my personal mode. I can now set up a PIN to protect the device if I'm going away, and this is now my personal device where I see all my meetings for the day, my call history, my contacts. So this is my personal device the moment I checked in.
One new feature that we recently announced was delivery management. And so because we have more employees in the office, they wanted to be able to receive packages, mail, even your Uber Eats for lunch. And so we are enabling that feature that's coming soon, that you can get those packages and mail in the office and be able to check that out and receive those.
So thank you, Angela. That was a terrific explanation, and from John and Patricia, who are giving us the demo of the product, that was a terrific demonstration. The first thing that we really want to point out is they are one of the few, in fact, probably the only reservation system out there right now that's using AI to ask intelligent questions. When should I come in next week? Where are my teammates sitting? That's really taking them head and shoulders above everybody else that's out there.
I love the way they've opened it up to almost anything. And from sun chairs to rooms to parking spaces. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, and the booking of the 1 dog per floor, that was an interesting thing that they were showing us that they can do. And the fact that it doesn't cost anything. I mean, you have to qualify that a little bit. If you're using a Zoom room or a Zoom phone, using this capability is built in with it, you get it at no charge. Now, if you do want to have a dog kennel or a pool chair or a parking space or anything else to be reserved, you can. There's a nominal monthly charge to use that, but it's not very expensive for the power that they have in their AI.
It really is incredible, because it's included in most paid plans, and it's a very, very powerful tool. I mean, it's just I don't think people realize that this is available to them.
Yeah, so it's definitely something we want people to try and figure out more. Again, you can reserve from your phone. You can check in when you get there. You can ask, what's the best day for me to come in next week? I would love to tell anybody to tell me that there's some other system that does that today. I think probably next year there'll be 3 or 4 others that are doing that. We're outside for a little bit to try and catch our breath and see who the next pick hits.
It's been cold in the mornings, but the afternoons are great.
It is really nice. It's good. We do need our jackets, but it is nice out. The next person on the pick hits list that we wanted to look at is Nureva.
Nureva, the audio mist people.
Right. Now they make these really big room microphones that set themselves up. You put one up in the room or 2, and depending upon the size of the room, and you plug it in, and it just works. It picks everybody in the room up. It's really interesting.
Big rooms.
All different sizes, but up to some of the largest rooms there. And that's something most people aren't aware of, which is why we've wanted to highlight them as somebody you don't want to miss around how to pick up audio in rooms. Let's go take a look at what they have to say.
This is Dave Michels from TalkingPointz. I'm at ISE Barcelona with James Rempel of Nureva, the masters of large room audio. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's right. Our mission in life is to make it easy to deploy high quality audio conferencing in big rooms.
So how hard can that be? It's got to be, big room, just get a big microphone, right?
Well, yeah, it can be really hard to cover large spaces. You're dealing with room acoustics, getting someone so they can be picked up regardless of where they are in the room can be very difficult, especially if you're using beamforming microphone arrays. Yep. You need a lot of them, and you need to switch between them, which means you need a DSP. Right now, here we're showing our HDL410 system covering a big room. We're doing a live demonstration from Ottawa.
Hello, my name is John. I'm here with Carter to give you a brief demo of Nureva's audio conferencing system in this room that measures 42 feet by 35 feet. Audio in this room is powered by Nureva's HDL410, a Microsoft Teams and Zoom certified solution designed for large and extra large spaces. The HDL410 mic and speaker bars are mounted on the walls to my left and to my right.
The Nureva HDL410 is actually able to pick me up anywhere I go in the room, so it's a great audio experience as well. The Nureva HDL410 can pick me up in corners, whispering to a plant. It's even able to handle, things in the room like a large obstruction, like this pillar.
Our staff in Ottawa here, walking around the room, as they talk in different parts of the room, it will automatically switch to a camera view that's appropriate for where they are. And so we're using all Sony cameras in this demonstration. And some of the cameras include auto tracking. So once you switch to that camera, it will follow that person through the camera view.
So James, can you take us through the portfolio? It's really grown.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we have a range of audio conferencing systems ranging from our HDL200 that can cover spaces up to about 18 feet, all the way up to our HDL410, which can cover spaces up to 35 feet by 55 feet.
I'm glad you're saying feet.
Well, I know my audience.
So where would this one go?
Yeah, so this one here covers spaces up to about 30 feet by 30 feet.
But what kind of businesses?
Well, it would work really well in a large meeting room. And so, for example, this unit here is certified for large Microsoft Teams rooms, but also in smaller classrooms. And it's a really effective way of covering an entire classroom with just one microphone and speaker.
What if it's a big classroom?
Then you would move to our HDL410, which can cover spaces up to 55 feet, and that's a classroom that could hold maybe over 100 students.
And as I recall, you call this technology MIST technology?
Yeah, that's right. All of our audio conferencing systems incorporate our microphone MIST technology, and it's a new and unique way of processing audio. And the way it works is the physical microphones in our arrays are processed to generate thousands of virtual microphones throughout the room. And a virtual microphone is a point in space where we can focus microphone pickup. And so the big benefit is it means we can cover a large space with 1 or 2 microphone and speaker bars mounted on the wall. What we're showing here is Nureva Console, our cloud-based management system. We just talked about the demo we're doing live from Ottawa.
Yep.
Well, this is a live view of the room where they're doing the demo from. And so you can see these blue dots showing up where people are talking in the room. And we discussed the camera zones feature for camera switching. So it's really easy in Console. This coverage map is automatically generated when you install and set up the product. So it knows where the bars are in the room, and then you can draw zones in the room that you want to tie to a camera view. And so it's very easy. Just go to this camera switching interface, and you can assign cameras to these different zones. And it's very simple. When someone talks in a zone, we tell the Inogenie Cam 230 to switch to that camera. We introduced Nureva app back in the summer. It's a way to connect the HTL310 or 410 Nureva audio systems using a mobile device. What's new though is we just introduced an iOS app, so anyone can download an app to their iPhone to again connect to a Nureva device.
That's a big iPhone.
This is a huge one, yeah. And but what's really new is we also added a new feature on the iOS device called acoustic check. And so this is a tool to be used before anything gets installed. It's a tool for installers and customers to understand the acoustics of their room. And so it's really easy. For example, for reverberation, we can measure here, select the size of the room. Next, so it gives you instructions. This involves a balloon pop to excite the room. And it tells you how to hold your phone. You have to hold it upside down so the microphones are facing up. And then distance between the phone and the balloon. And this is all fake data for a demonstration here, but it gives you an idea of how the flow works. So it's been done. We've got an RT60 score, but more importantly, we tell you what that score means. And so obviously a 0.3 second score is quite good, so this is an optimal room. And then we can do a similar thing with background noise. So obviously this does not require a balloon pop. You just hold your phone upside down and it will measure the background noise and again give you a score. All right, so we have a background noise level of 25 dBc, and that is not what we're experiencing here at the trade show, so clearly fake data.
So, David, what did you think of Nureva?
I really like their new iOS app, which is what they announced at the show this year. The idea that they're putting it into people's hands, that you can go in and find out if their product is applicable for your room, if it needs more remediation in the space. Just in a simple app, hold it up, pop a balloon, and you're there, and you got it.
You know, I've got similar functionality like that in my home entertainment system, but I don't have an iPhone. But that's not going to be a problem in a classroom. You're going to find an iPhone, and you have to use the iPhone because they're so well optimized and consistent. So you can get that incredible tuning capability, which I think
the consistency in iOS that doesn't exist in Android until maybe somebody will invent something like MDEP or something like that. But for now, it's really good. And it's just amazing that the Nureva technology actually works. That you can walk anywhere in the room and be heard well and easily and simply.
Do you think they're going to have a challenge because a lot of people like myself associate them so strongly with audio, but now they're getting into the video element, and do you think that's going to be a challenge for them?
No, I'm starting to see a lot of companies in this space do that, where they're not necessarily making video products, but they're taking some of the telemetry that comes out of their devices, and they're helping pick camera zones for switching cameras, automating. There are a couple other ceiling speaker manufacturers that are doing that technology. So I think they're in a really good place. I think they've been recognized by HETMO, which is the higher education group, where they really understand that these things work in a classroom. I think they got a good future going forward.
So classrooms are an obvious use case, and they talk a lot about that. But big rooms are everywhere. I mean, it's surprising how many opportunities that and how many challenges are associated with big rooms.
So this really solves a problem. Definitely, you saw the demo that we included here. Definitely take a listen to them if you can get the opportunity to do it. I think it's a not to be missed technology.
So David, I think all this return to office stuff is a bunch of silly charades. We know the future is going to involve a lot of remote workers.
A lot of remote workers, a lot of people who are working in different places on different days, regardless of who mandates it and what their schedules are. And we need systems like the ones we shared with you to be able to function when people are not always in the same place.
Hybrid work doesn't have to be hard, and I think it's going to be the new norm.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.